welcome back to Real Talk, the Norma and Michelle Show. This is the Cottage Talk edition, and we are here on Lake Joe in beautiful Muskoka. Take a look around. How peaceful is this? About 5 minutes ago, it wasn't as peaceful because the neighbors were redoing their roof, and these are the kind of things that you just can't account for. It is much easier to tape in controlled setting in your office than outdoors, but it's not this beautiful. So, Norma, why don't you tell us how we are so lucky to be able to sit here and tape on Lake Joe?
Well, we are. We're so lucky. My husband's family, specifically my mother-in-law, June, is here every year during the summer on Lake Joe, and they have been here since Michael was a baby, because they always vacationed here. He spent every summer here on this same little part of Lake Joseph. So we're so lucky to be able to come up. We come up for a week. We come together, and
well, I'm lucky I get to tag on.
You do.
And I have to say, all good things, all good roads lead to June.
That's right.
Because this is all through June that I get to rent the second cottage next to June's cottage and bring my family up, which is fantastic.
So that's how we came about coming up here.
And now we're going to talk about the moment that most of you, or I think 8 of you, have been waiting for. Who won the aprons? Who won the Real Talk wine glasses and the $25 Upside Drinks gift card? And Norma, over to you. And can I just preface this by saying these are the apron winners? And I want to say, you get an apron, you get an apron, you get an apron, everybody gets an apron. So what we're doing is anyone who had commented on the YouTube account is actually eligible. We're giving it to everyone. However, just so you know, we're not going to do that all the time. Over to you, Norma. Who won?
So we have Mike. We have Kim. We have Charlene, our hairdresser. We have Karen Weaver. We have Ken Truffin. Mm-hmm. We have Jack from Ajax. And we also have Daniel.
Cool.
And, we have a couple of honorary winners.
Yes.
We have Lavira Houghton and Rosanna Cavallero. They posted on Facebook instead of the YouTube channel. But
that's okay.
That's okay because we love them.
Yes. Lavira was like our mom at work for so many years at Bell Mobility. And Rosanna was our mentor. So you know what? They are honorary winners. And we hope they wear it with pride. We know they both cook. I don't know about everyone else on the list.
That's right.
Which is okay. That wasn't a requirement. You just needed to comment. Now, who won these beautiful, and by the way, cheers.
Cheers.
Who won these beautiful
Cheers.
Real Talk wine glasses, Norma, and the $25 Upside Drinks gift card?
Sean Dennehy is the winner.
Sean? I know Sean. I used to work with Sean at the Ford warehouse when we were going through university. We used to pick car parts in the Ford warehouse. So great job. Kidding. But it was, we met great people, and I know Sean will really enjoy that because I know him and his wife are trying out a lot of alcohol-free wine. So enjoy, Sean. Our pleasure. I know Norma's talked about how we got up here, and it is all because of June. But for me, I love coming here for a bunch of reasons. Number one, it's that 1 week I get to get away with my kids. They bring my one daughter brings her fiance. But you know what? We also bring our dogs. We have 4 dogs here. Not here right now because we thought they'd knock over
They would for sure. Yeah.
And then that would be a big issue. But we've got my dog, Dahlia. We've got my daughter's dog, Brooks, the Dalmatian. And we have the other Brooks, the Golden Retriever, and Norma's dog, Sky. Dakota's not here. And I should explain why my daughters both have dogs named Brooks, because that wasn't intentional. My one daughter, she got a puppy, a Golden Retriever, named her Brooks. My other daughter adopted a Dalmatian, and he was already 2 years old, and his name was Brooks. So what are you going to do? So we call one Brooksy, one Brooks. Anyway, they both answer. It's a little confusing. Yeah. But oh my God, they have so much fun. And we're going to show you some pictures because I get so much joy out of watching them here. I really do. Also, I come up here every year, and I always bring books, and I pretend to read. I don't normally get through them all. But this one I am trying to read. This one's a hard read, though. It's Marcus Aurelius, Meditations. It's about Stoicism. So I'll let you know what I think about it if I ever get through it. And The Courage to be Disliked. This one is one you hear about it all the time. Everyone's talking about it. They're reading it. So I don't know. I just bought it for that.
Have you started it?
I haven't started.
No?
I haven't finished this. So anyway,
okay.
no, I haven't started. And The other thing I wanted to mention in terms of being here and how beautiful it is, and how can you not appreciate this, but I haven't really always been one. I'm not a cottager for sure. I like coming up here every, a week every year, but I've never really appreciated the beauty of nature the way I have in the last, let's call it, couple of years. And in November of last year, my grandmother passed away. She was 105. And talk about a life well lived. And I'll probably in a different podcast talk about my grandmother. She lived a really healthy life. She was a very interesting woman. I'm not like her. I wish I was more like her. But one thing that she was one with nature. Like birds would land on her. And I love that about her. And when I look around here and I think, wow, she would love it here. She lived on a farm and she really appreciated nature and gardening and all that kind of stuff. But when I'm up here, I think of her, especially as of late. And when I see a hummingbird, like we saw a hummingbird the other day.
There's a hummingbird feeder.
Or if I see cardinals in the winter, I think of my grandma. So it is really a time where you can relax and enjoy the tranquility of this beautiful scenery, except when the neighbors are doing their roof.
Yeah,
but
that was...
we got through that.
Or a boat goes by, and then, all the
what's
waves
another
come.
reason we're here?
Oh, well, the food.
Mm-hmm.
The food. As many of you know, my husband, Michael, is a chef, so he makes the most incredible food. Oh.
They did not knock it over.
Oh, good doggies. We have a look. Yes.
Oh my God! And now Dahlia's coming.
Yeah, I think they heard us talking about them.
They heard us talking about food. Okay,
yes.
Go on. About the food.
But the food. We have incredible food from Michael. We have sushi grade tuna. We have different pizzas we made last night from homemade pizza dough, and paella. We're having that.
What about
this week?
What do we do with all this paella?
Yeah,
every year we have paella.
And tonight we're having
Taco Tuesdays.
Taco Tuesdays, yes. So
yes, and even though I'm up here and I'm eating so much and basically sitting around the dock while we're doing the podcast, but I always still do my 10,000 steps. I'm absolutely focused on that. So even if I'm standing around walking around the cottage, I make sure every day I get my 10,000 steps. And really, that's all we wanted to talk about today.
The dogs.
We wanted to talk about what it's like being up here for the week, how beautiful it is. Like it's very difficult to produce a podcast up here, as we've learned.
Yes,
but
the camera keeps overheating, so yes.
We'll never do it again.
No.
But that's really it for this time. Next time, what we're going to talk about when we're back in our office is we're going to talk about beauty.
Oh.
And some of our beauty regimes. And
that might be long.
Well, it's going to be many segments. It's not just one. So until then, all we have to say is be real.
Be real.